He plays his job in the army is playing the clarinet.
Oh, okay.
If only there was a martial art MLS. There's a combatives instructor.
Huh.
I like this one better.
You like that one more?
Yeah, because you can easily stretch it like a little bit more. You don't have to.
Yeah.
Because in order to get my last stretch, I have to be pushing on that one.
Yeah.
And the annoying thing about that one is it doesn't stick anymore. It kind of wore down.
Oh yeah.
I gotta hold it like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Net just came back from Poland, but she's planning to go back at the end. But she came back for training today. It's probably been like over 3 weeks.
Oh really?
Yeah. She came back today to train, which is nice. But she also got sick too. She got an ear infection.
She's sick right now?
Yeah, she just recently got an ear infection. She's recovering.
Why is she going back so soon?
Because her mom's sick. Yeah. Alright, you guys can switch again?
Is she gonna come back tomorrow morning?
No, she's gonna train on Monday. Yeah. She normally doesn't train on the weekends.
I think when I first saw her, it was a Saturday.
Yeah, but
She used to come with Derek.
it was only like a one-time thing because of the videos that we're making.
Oh, okay. Like special occasion.
Yeah.
You see?
This is like nice meditation, stretching music.
Yeah.
Very nice.
See, this one's royalty free too.
Introduce your music pieces from the box selection of the 1920s. Written just before the French and Indian War.
Where are you at in that one?
This one's hard to hold on.
Yeah.
Where are you at in that one?
I can hold at 141.
That's good.
Yeah, good. 141 is very good.
That's good.
I wish, and the only flaw of that one is it doesn't have metrics.
Yeah.
You know,
That's the only thing.
it would be perfect if it had metrics because you can get that to the exact turn.
Yeah.
We got let off a little early today from work because of Easter.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, 2 o'clock, so it's perfect. I can come home and start cleaning. So Corey doesn't have a fit. She goes home.
Do you guys celebrate it?
Yeah, we do. It's just well, I'm going to a Cubs game on Sunday.
Okay.
So, I mean, growing up, yeah, we always had like Easter dinner. It's kind of like a dressed up Thanksgiving, almost. Oh, but no, like the big thing about celebrating our Easter would be like going to the Easter Sunday service. And then I think I'm in the evening service too. Have you ever visited Christian services?
Yeah, I've been to some churches before.
Sometimes they have like a reenactment of like the crucifixion and stuff. Ex-girlfriend before they invite you, maybe?
No, it wasn't. It'd be like in school, like I'll be friends with people that are like Christian, you know.
Oh,
Constantly invite me to like the church stuff, you know.
oh,
You can release it and then stretch your arms. And then Jenny's sponsor, she's like really like into the church stuff. Actually, that's how she came into America. It was like her sponsor's church sponsored her family to come here.
really?
Yeah, so they didn't do that.
So Jenny, she wasn't born here?
No, she was born in China. And then like the church, which the thing is in Wilmette, they sponsored her family. And she recently just went to visit her, you know. And I actually went to visit their church when they invited us one time.
So, oh, that was when Jenny was like really young?
She was like
When she
1
came
year, 1.5
Oh, wow.
when she came over here.
Okay, so her parents stayed friends with the people in the church?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Stretch your arms.
I guess you kind of feel obligated.
But yeah, people would invite me to that stuff. In college, mainly, they invite me to that stuff all the time. And make me feel guilty if I don't go or something. So I'm like, alright, you come to one of my gatherings and I'll go to one of yours. That's pretty much what happened.
Oh, okay.
I even went to a few Bible studies too. People made me go to.
He made me. Did you like keep quiet or did you ask questions?
I pretty much kept quiet.
Because I mean, you're very opinionated, obviously, on YouTube.
Yeah.
So you probably could ask questions if you wanted to prolong your stay.
Yeah, I mean, they're really hardcore with their stuff, so. I actually got invited in high school to a few of those type of stuff too.
Is that the kind of thing you like have to ask your parents before you go?
No.
You just kind of tell them.
But I've been to that stuff. So I've been around it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But most everybody you meet, that's what they're into. Like you don't really meet that.
Well, it's the majority religion of the country.
Yeah, exactly.
So the new thing is, and I think Clemson football, their coach is really very kind of brings in his Christian views in and around the team, and like has prayers and stuff. But it's not a private college; it's a public college. So they're saying, what if some of the student athletes, are of different religion, but they feel obligated to just do it and go through the motion.
Yeah.
And then it becomes a conflict of interest when, maybe two guys are vying for a spot, and and coincidentally the Christian gets it. I mean, what about the other guy? I mean, maybe he feels like he didn't get it because he wasn't a Christian. That's where it gets kind of sticky.
So when it comes to public, like they're pretty much like not allowed to really express that aspect, or how does it go?
Well, in a school, yeah, it goes with it's legality. Like it's not legal.
It's not legal.
It's kind of, you're excluding people that are not of that religion, and you're kind of making them feel, especially in that institution of like, you're an athlete and then the coach is kind of like, you know, two different positions, like a higher and lower position, like a student and teacher.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, I want my teacher to like me more, so I'm gonna do whatever he says. I'll go to these prayer meetings and stuff. So.
Oh yeah. So basically, he's not allowed to hold these prayer meetings.
Yeah, even if, like, you know, probably the majority of the kids like it and want it, there might be a couple that, you know,
So basically, he's not allowed to do it, right?
yeah, that's what's being talked about on the sports on the news right now, sports news.
I think it's very interesting because, you know, to really to learn about that, because that's kind of like relevant to what I do, you know, and then like learning through time that, hey, you know, that this is like the way that the law structured it is probably the best way to just keep it that way. Like where, you know, you just let the people, you know,
Believe what they want to believe.
yeah.
It's gonna be 2 or 3 weeks for my shoes.
Yeah.
Hey, if they fit great, then it's gonna be worth the wait.
Yeah. I mean, they're just really slow with this stuff. I don't know why. But then in a private, they're allowed to do that.
Yeah, because most private schools are Christian affiliated schools.
Yeah.
Like I went to one.
So then the public, they're not allowed to do it. So then basically, where are the people supposed to get those types of teachings? They have to get outside of school, right? Like it just can't take place inside.
That's why churches have the small groups, small group Bible studies, like the one me and Corey goes to.
So that's what people have to do then, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like, you know, we're a country that, you know, kind of underground persecutes Christianity like other countries. You know, it's not like, you know, we can't meet and we can meet in anybody's house, in the privacy of somebody's house, and worship whatever.
So do you think that's the best way?
Best way
So
to
basically,
work.
basically that's like the way that that is structured, like the public schools.
Well, see,
should,
like,
they just can't teach on those aspects. People have to get that outside of the school.
Well, yeah, because you're not just representing yourself, you're representing a public entity, which is an institution, a school. So, like, you know, there's been other athletes that have been forward with their Christianity, like Tim Tebow, Kurt Warner, you know, they've been forward, hey, you know, they come out and say, yeah, I'm a Christian, I love God, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But they're not pushing it, or they're not saying, you know, come join me now, you know. They're just kind of living their life, doing charity work, visiting hospitals, saying, you know, kumbaya.
So basically, that's basically a separation from church and state.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's exactly the separation, church and state. And it's, what's his name? I forget the coach's name. But it's the Clemson football coach is who it is.
See, I think the problem is though, like when you separate it, which I think is a good thing, but at the same time, the people are too lazy to strive for it on their own. You know what I'm saying? And then they just don't get it at all, like anything.
Yeah.
And then they just lack like a lot of like guidance of which you learn from seeking it.
Yeah.
Like you care about it and you and Corey do that stuff, but a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
And they just don't get it at all.
Well,
You know, and then
hence they don't really think it's important to have some kind of faith. They just have this like aimless background belief of their own.
that's what I'm saying. And I think that's what the problem is. You separate church and state is good, but then the people are like, oh, you know, oh, I don't have to learn about this. Oh, then I'm just not going to learn anything.
Well, how is
Whereas,
it?
but if they had something,
Well, how is it in China?
I don't know. I don't know. You know, because
How is it in China, Sifu? Is it separation of like?
Probably not, because it's Buddhism, right?
Yeah.
Buddhism's like intertwined in your culture.
Yeah.
Well, that's the struggle I've been having with trying to teach martial arts here is they separate that spirit part, but in the martial arts you're not supposed to. So that's the struggle. So then the martial arts becomes self-defense, and that's what
And it's not full martial arts.
Yeah, it's not full. So that's why it's so hard for me to like teach the way that I plan to.
Yeah.
So I just kind of gave it up. Be like, just do self-defense. But those
Well,
teachings
that's kind
are
of sad.
necessary. It's not, I mean, it just takes time. It's not that. It's like I can still do it, but it has to be like more
It's an adjustment.
private. Just like you said, there's private school.
Yeah.
So it's like I have private, like my kids, for example, or like they're gonna learn the martial art because it's the way of life, But everybody else is more in self-defense until.
Are you gonna start like having like Brandon more in the class when he gets like 10 or something?
Oh yeah. I mean, they're really enjoying it right now, but they're just in the kids' class.
Oh, okay.
But it's just interesting what you mentioned because what the football coach is doing is essentially what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Or was trying to do, so I could understand that. But then with all this heat that he's getting, it shows like how political
It was
is and how
this-
you gotta be careful with that.
Yeah, it was this group from Wisconsin. It's called Organization of the Freedom of Religion Organization. That's what they're called.
Yeah.
Freedom of Religion Organization from Wisconsin wrote this coach a letter saying that it's been very concerning to us how much you intertwine all the Christianity is very interwoven in your coaching. And it goes on to say like he should be fired, but the ESPN guys are like, yeah, right, he's a really good coach. He should be. His name's Dabo Sweeney. That's his name, Dabo Sweeney.
Yeah.
He's like, no, he shouldn't be fired. But I just thought it was funny that there's actually a group out there saying, called the Freedom of Religion group.
Actually, this country is for freedom of religion.
Well, it was the opposite. Yeah, freedom that you can have your own religion, but this is like freedom from religion. This is the opposite.
But freedom from religion,
Yeah, not freedom,
of religion.
not freedom that you can seek your own, but this group is freedom from,
Just
I
basically
don't,
all
I don't
religion,
need
religion at all.
right, like you don't have to feel obligated or something.
See, like I said, I think that's the problem, is that whatever you're getting from your religion is extremely important, but because they separated the people, they just don't do it. It's almost like having PE class. Oh, we're gonna separate PE class from regular school, and then people are just gonna get even worse shape because they're just not gonna exercise at all then. So.
I don't now that's one thing I think like in China that physical education is kind of just as important as like math or language, I think.
Yeah.
Like it's very important, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I think they put like the martial arts program, for example. Yeah, the exercise program is like a big part of the culture of the school and all that, as far as what I can see.
As far as the Chinese you spoke over there, so communicate that. I don't know, when I visited Guatemala, I asked like if I didn't know what something meant in Spanish. I was constantly asking questions. I wish I could have stayed over there for like 2 months and then I'd be like fluent in the language.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.